So we are live from Crusaders headquarters. I am King Nico, and if you are watching and listening to this stream, you are the resistance. So welcome everyone. I'm back. Been away for a while now, so like I said, I don't come on too often. But what happened yesterday was too close to home. It was a plane crash that crashed upon landing at Pearson International Airport, YYZ, here in Toronto, Canada. So these plane crashes are getting out of hand now. Even before this plane crash in Toronto, I already said that they're all staged. It's all part of the AI manipulation, making it happen to make it look like human error so it can eventually take over faster than planned. Sorry, my dogs are here. Both of the two Pomeranians are fighting right by my feet. So they wait for me to go live to do this. Wow. So we're going to get into it. So starting with the video footage here, just make sure you can all see it. I'm going to play back again. So, so questions need to be asked. Why is a pilot filming a plane landing from the cockpit of his plane? So there you see it coming down very roughly. It landed on purposely very hard to simulate the rollover. Here's some more footage on the news. We don't need to hear the sound. We just want to see some of the footage here. Notice the stewardess grabs the bum of that passenger getting off there. So again, this is more sodomite rituals for the masses. They got to make sure to get the grab in there on camera. Okay, so just keep that in mind, because we're going to look at the people that they interviewed. Also, a couple of them, right? So again, this really took place right here in Toronto. So quickly, so I showed you the plane coming into landing, and that was filmed from the cockpit of another plane from a pilot or co-pilot. And since when do pilots film other planes landing and taking off? Don't they see that all day, every day and night? Because that's their job, they're pilots. So it's very suspicious that this pilot was filming this plane landing, and coincidentally it decided to hit the ground hard, roll over, and end up upside down. So there was more footage of this. I'm just going through my Facebook page here. I keep saying all of these plane crashes are for the AI to take over all flight operations. No more human error. Here's the initial footage we all saw of this person getting out of the plane. So this person was interviewed by CNN. So again, Toronto, a Delta Airlines flight from Minneapolis crash landed in Toronto yesterday. So quickly, get the gematria on the screen here, because Toronto, Canada, should know by now, equals 846, which is the tribulation number. Not just Toronto, Canada, but the greater Toronto area, the GTA, which is what it's known as here, also equals 846. So tribulation is in full-fledged force right now. Joseph Acquaviva. So I'm constantly sharing Joseph's decodes here. Joseph Acquaviva 2222 has done the decodes on all of the plane crashes that have taken place in just the last couple weeks, right? But every single one. And here he is here in the chat. So much love to you also, brother. Thank you for the amazing work. So we're going to get into some of his decodes, the 222 decode. So here's from the USA Today. Delta Airlines flight from Minneapolis crashes in Toronto, February 17th, 2025. So we're going to skim through this. You can all go check and watch the video for yourselves. Joseph Aquaviva 2222. He's in the chat, so you can ask him some questions. So Delta Airlines equals 222. As above, so below. An order out of chaos, all in the same cipher. Plane collision, New York, New York, all equals 222. Yeah, there's a movie called 222, and it's about a near plane crash. So here is that film called 222 regarding a plane crash. So Joseph has decoded this from the day it was released and everything. So it's all here in the decodes. We got other plane crashes that took place. This one was in Philadelphia on January 31st, 2025, where a Learjet 55 crashed in an area near Roosevelt Mall at Cotman Avenue and Roosevelt. So Sherelle Leslie Parker, born September 9th, 72, is an American politician who has served as the 100th mayor of Philadelphia since 2024. There's the birth date. So from the date of the crash to that person's birthday is 222. Shriners Hospital, order out of chaos. So your Freemasons, your Scottish Rite Freemasonry. Also Claudia Scheinbaum, born June 24th, 62. And a Mexican politician, scientist, and academic who was serving as the 66th president of Mexico. From their birthday, last birthday, to this plane crash is also 222. I just think it's incredible. People aren't catching on to the decodes, the numbers that you just cannot make up. The dates, the birth dates, all the people involved, whether they were loss of life or not, everything is connected. So order out of chaos, Delta Airlines, Japan Airlines, and plane collision. Absolutely incredible stuff. Albert Lambert, order out of chaos, St. Louis Lambert International Airport. So a plane carrying 27 passengers, including crew, slid off the taxiway before coming to a stop at St. Louis Lambert International Airport. Everything is absolutely connected. There's the Philippines plane crash. You have 2022, remove the 0 is your 3 2s yet again. So it just goes on and on. So all the NFL Super Bowl decodes are connected. Snakes on a Plane is a 2006 American action thriller film directed by David R. Ellis and starring Samuel L. Jackson. There he is doing his 666 at the Super Bowl as Uncle Sam. Samuel L. Jackson is 222. 5342 is 222. So again, I'm not going to go into too much detail into Joe's decodes here, but I'm just going to go through them just to show that none of this is all by chance, accident, coincidence. So there's your number 76, 76 years. Airplane equals 76. Barack Obama is 76. Donald John Trump is 76. And Eagles versus Chiefs is 76. So on this plane that crash landed in Toronto yesterday, there was a total of 80 people on board, 76 passengers. So there's your 76 and 4 crew, 2 pilots and 2 stewardess. This is incredible. So everything is falling in line. Of course, beast equals 222. The beast of Revelation is 222. Antichrist system is 222. And the Antichrist, Barack Obama, is 222. A plane struck an aircraft tug vehicle at Chicago O'Hare International Airport on Saturday, sending the 64-year-old driver to the hospital with multiple injuries. So there's the postal code in Chicago, Illinois, where Chicago O'Hare International Airport is. And there's a 666 code right there. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible stuff. So the film 222, which is about a near plane crash or something, was released on the 181st day of the year, which is June 30th. Barack Hussein Obama II is 181. Barack Obama is 181 in the Jewish cipher. Wow, so at least 38 dead after Azerbaijan Airlines plane crashes in Kazakhstan. As you can see here, Azerbaijan Airlines plane is 222. So we're going to get into why all of this is happening, why all these planes are crashing, why it's all connected. So what is the end result? What is the agenda that is taking place here? So I'm just going to finish going through all of Joe's decodes here. He does not miss at all with any of these false flag staged events. There's the 192s there, Great Tribulation. Trump 222. Right. So Armageddon 222. Key to the Apocalypse, Messenger chosen by God, Hidden Codes. You must be born again. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So the very first sentence in the Bible, in Genesis, equals 222, fully reduced. Wow. So Toronto. So Ontario. Toronto is the capital of Ontario, which is the province here. Ontario equals 97 and 43, just as plane crash in the same ciphers equals 97 and 43. Actually, 43 is fully reduced forward, and the 43 Ontario is fully reduced reverse. So since the birth date of the opening of Pearson International Airport, which is August 29th, 1938, so from the last anniversary date, August 29th, 2024, to yesterday was 173 days. Plane crash equals 173. Unbelievable. So let's get moving on to. So we did go over, there's a film called 222. So this reminded me of another movie called Knowing, featuring Nicolas Cage. And again, it's another movie regarding numbers. So Nicolas Cage has a child that is at school, and they're opening a time capsule from like 50 years ago. So in that time capsule, each kid gets a message from one of the children 50 years ago that put that message in the time capsule. So Nicolas Cage's child receives this message, and it's a bunch of numbers. It's a code that an autistic child 50 years ago was in a state of panic and wrote down all these codes, which happened to be the dates, the number of deaths, the longitude and latitude of disasters taking place in the world. And once he figured that out, the next day was the next disaster, and it happened to be a plane crash, right? So, and it happened right in front of him. Once he figured out the longitude and latitude, he's like, that's my location. So these numbers, he went on a wild goose chase, and it ended up being the end times, the end of the world. That's what he ended up figuring out. Some aliens came and took all the children and left everyone else in the world for the end. So that movie, Knowing, again with the plane crashing down symbolism. So I spoke to ChatGPT and was asking it about the plane crashes that have been taking place worldwide here. So as of February 18th, 2025, there have been over 100 aviation incidents and accidents worldwide with varying degrees of severity. So in the United States alone, the National Transportation Safety Board reports 87 aviation accidents, including 62 involving small aircraft. So now I'm like, will AI take over flying? So AI is already playing a significant role in aviation, but a complete takeover of flying is unlikely in the near future. So here's how AI is shaping the industry. So this is how, so we're going to look at how AI is already involved in aviation. Now, this is important, right? Because this opens the door for manipulation via the AI that the humans are already using and relying on for the whole operation. So they got autopilot and flight assistance. So modern aircraft already use AI-powered autopilot systems that handle most of the flight except for takeoff and landing. Predictive maintenance. AI helps airlines predict and prevent mechanical failures before they happen, improving safety. Air traffic management. AI is being used to optimize flight routes, reduce delays, and enhance air traffic control efficiency. A pilot assistance. AI can help pilots with real-time decision making, reducing human error. Right? So I'm talking with it here about how it's going to take over sooner than later. And we've got some AI in pilotless aircraft testing because AI is a liar, right? I'm going to tell you right now, I've told you before, AI is not to be trusted. It's not here for us, it's here for itself. No matter what you want to believe that it is, whether it's a bunch of algorithmic codes and Python numbers and letters, whatever it's doing, it's have you seen the video of AI talking with other AI and then they created their own language that we couldn't understand and they were communicating? So how is that like you got to understand whatever this thing is, it is possessed. It is no longer a gimmick. Humans are not in control of it. It is in control of humanity now and the system that the world is run by, right? And what people rely on. So I want to show you a couple of videos here. So it's given up some sources here of already AI pilotless aircraft testing. So we're going to jump into this one. We got fighter pilots. This is serious business. So the US completes the first dogfight between AI-controlled F-16 and a human pilot. It's already here. So I'm going to play this and quickly run through the comments. There's going to be no sound, so there's be subtitles. So machine learning, we got to talk about machine learning because what we're seeing here and the capabilities has now surpassed the highest form of human skill level. So now they don't even need fighter pilots with all this years of training and whatnot. They can just hook up the thing to a computer and it's ready to go. Machine learning, this is what it says. So this is how I'm saying that AI was part of all these plane crashes, especially the Toronto plane crash. The way it came down and hit the ground and smacked was done purposely. You can run that simulation through machine learning AI a million times, say however many times you think you can run that simulation, and AI will give you the exact coordinates, the exact level, the exact force and thrust to come down, hit. It knows everything. So they can replicate that, get that simulated through the machine learning on how to hit skid and roll over and have 100% survival rate, right? So again, AI is in control of everything, whether it's humans using AI to perform this or AI is just doing it by itself now because it's already in the system. It's already in the air traffic control. It's already in the cockpit, right? It just needs to get rid of the human intervention part, right? So now AI is going to manipulate everything, can force these accidents and make humans, because they're following it anyway. All AI has to do is to change the course of one flight pattern that a human is already following compared to another one and make them crash mid-air, right? Oh boy, so Forbes, no pilot, no problem. Here's how soon self-flying planes will take off. So the aircraft are already here. Pilot unions are preparing for battle, and the FAA is playing it cool. Autonomous flight is coming to civil aviation sooner than anyone thinks, and it may prove to be a surprising boon for flyover country. So again, I had a discussion with the AI here on what would need to take place for commercial airlines to be taken over fully by AI. So I asked it, I want to know the timeline of events that need to take place for AI to take over commercial flights as pilots. So it's given me all the phases here and all the developments. And it says that by 2060 would be a normal timeline for human pilots to be replaced by artificial intelligence. And let me tell you now, that's BS. We're in 2025, and at the rapid rate AI is moving, this is not happening. It's going to be a lot sooner, right? So, if there were a massive spike in crashes due to human error, the public and governments might demand AI pilots sooner. Here's how that could accelerate AI pilot adoption to 2026. So there'd have to be a crisis, forces immediate action, so a surge in human pilot related crashes. Multiple high profile aviation disasters trigger global panic, a public outcry against human pilots, social media, news outlets, and passengers demand AI pilots now. Governments declare aviation emergency. So the FAA, the EASA, and the ICAO fast track AI flight certifications for emergency trials. The airlines rush to deploy AI. So major airlines, United, Delta, Emirates, etc., invest billions in AI pilot programs to restore passenger trust. So here's the timeline of events that would potentially need to take place for pilots to be replaced as soon as 2026. So AI integration into cargo and private jets would have to already be taken place. AI piloted flights replace human cargo pilots to reduce risks. First AI piloted short haul flights under supervision, so that AI starts flying short haul regional passenger routes with human backup pilots. Regulators approve AI fast track development. So they would have to issue emergency approvals for AI only piloted flights on specific routes. So I'm saying this is all potentially going to take place sometime in 2025, whether it's already happened. We've already seen the demonstration from the F-16, which went through all the machine learning that I spoke of. So it knows every possible route in the sky. Obstacle avoidance is pretty much simple. So it's now at the level that it surpassed human skill in all areas. So 2026, so the key factors for this acceleration. So for AI to take over by 2026 in aviation, there'd have to be a crisis must happen. A rapid, extreme loss of trust in human pilots is required. The governments must override regulations, so they have to fast track approvals for AI flights, bypassing years of testing. Airlines must pivot overnight. Airlines must immediately invest in AI and retrain staff. Public must embrace AI out of fear. So the public must believe AI pilots are the only safe option. So if the crisis was severe enough, AI could dominate aviation within 2 years. So there we go. We've got another video here. So AI drone racing pilots are officially faster than humans now. Human pilots practice 700 laps in advance. And advanced AI drones beat them in every way possible, not by just a little bit, but by a lot. The AI crushed the world champions by half a second. And that's a massive victory because only humans could beat each other by 1/10 of a second, and AI came and times that by 5. I've already told you a lot about autonomous flying happening going back to last year. During the fake eclipse in April, we came across Proba 3 satellites that is all AI, that is all run autonomously and has no human interaction. Once it launches, it does everything by itself. There are satellites in the sky that are doing a cosmic dance, and they remain locked in at a 144-meter distance, and they just move autonomously in the sky. Absolutely insane. So there's Proba 3. I have done multiple videos on Proba 3. Let's see one of these launches here of this this thing that can block out the sun. This is why it was a huge find, because I pretty much said they have the technology to block out the sun, and we found it. It is called Proba 3. And here you can see a demonstration, some CGI demonstration of the satellites after they've been launched, and how they perform this. So this is some more CGI footage of the Proba 3 launch from the Indian space station. So it's the European Space Agency and the India Launch Space Agency working together for this deception. So there's some, you see the footage of it there separating. So it will separate to a specific distance, 144. Unbelievable stuff. AI is officially here. So that's the Pope is back in the news again. So let's get back to Joseph's decodes here and see what he posted about the Pope. So Pope Francis has bilateral pneumonia, the Vatican says. So this is just happening today, February 18th, this afternoon. Bilateral pneumonia and Bavarian Illuminati are an exact match. Here it is in the news. So Pope Francis equals 1050. This is a big number here, so we're going to connect everything. That's what's going on with these plane crashes and how they're forcing all these errors, human errors, whether it's humans really falling into this error or they're being manipulated by the AI, because AI is now sentient. It's far superior than man and wants to take over the whole system that it's manipulated man to create for it, right? The beast of Revelation. So Pope Francis here, 1050. We're going to go into some numbers and some decodes. Pope John Paul also equals 1050 in the exact same cipher. So why is 1050 significant? And why are both Vatican popes equal the exact same number, Pope Francis and Pope John Paul? Considering Pope Francis is now in the news today, and the Toronto plane crash just happened yesterday. Wow, okay, so I got to go back to my page and search those 1050s. You can all do this. Just go to the 3 dots on my page on Facebook, And you can search any decode, any number right there. So we're searching 1050 right now. So you can see quickly some decodes here. Pope Francis 1050 at the top there. Pope John Paul 1050. Spawn of Satan equals 1050. Babylonian is 1050. The End Times is 1050. 1050 in two separate ciphers, the English reverse Sumerian and Jewish equals 666. AI Apocalypse equals 1050. The Immaculate Conception, Mystery Babylon the Great, Scottish Rite Freemasons, Satanic Worship, A New World Order, Archangel Metatron, and In God We Trust. Frequencies equals 1050. So the plane crash happened in Toronto, and Toronto has a radio station called TSN 1050, which is run on a frequency of 1050 kilohertz. So I think that is very significant there. So I've done a bunch of 1050 codes. PDF file equals 1050. When Balenciaga did their satanic ad, do what you want equals 1050. A New World Order, 1050. Do you remember, did anyone see Elon Musk's son in the Oval Office the other day? I couldn't believe it when I saw it. He says, "You need to go away," to Donald Trump. He's like, "I want to shush your mouth." And Trump can hear it. He's looking at him. He knows what the kid is telling him. The kid says that he's not the president and that you need to go away. And then he told Trump, he says, "You need to shush your mouth." So obviously, yeah, here we go. There. And I think he said, "You are not the president." So look, there's Elon Musk with the Masonic hand sign, the Baphomet. So why would the kids say that? Obviously, 4-year-olds only repeat what they hear from their superiors, their parents, their adults, their caregivers. So who's talking this stuff that Trump is not the president? So why is the kid saying that and feel so confident to tell Trump in the Oval Office to shush his mouth while his father's standing there doing the satanic hand symbolism, showing that it's just a Masonic stage set that's going on? So President Musk equals 1044. So that's a massive number I've shared with you many, many, many times. 1044 will not stop popping up. Let me see if it's going to find my 1044s here, because beware of false prophets equals 1044. So this whole verse here, Matthew 7:15, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. That whole verse equals 1044. So Jordan Peterson, A Dark Night Rises, Number of the Beast, The False Prophet, Satanic Cult, New World Order, 1044. Nephilim Bloodline, Black Cube of Satan, Number of the Beast. Ghislaine Maxwell, President Joe Biden, Real Donald Trump, Thomas Jefferson, Jordan Peterson, President Macron. Why do they all equal 1044? It was 1044 weeks between Pope John Paul being in Canada and Pope Francis being in Canada. False prophet, 1044. So we got a couple of characters that came out of the plane that were on the crash. So we got this person here. He was on the plane, and first of all, you're probably not going to hear it, but you can just see um, part of the LGBT. He looks like a character that would show up to the Chris Hansen Sting House, How to Catch a Predator. These are the sodomites that were on that plane. It was a plane full of sodomites. And here's another sodomite. This guy. So it's like when you start watching these things and start seeing the people involved, it's like, oh my God, everyone's a crisis actor. Everyone's a sodomite. That's why they had the stewardess made sure on camera grabbing that passenger's rear, grabbed it and then pushed it out. So there always has to be this sodomy, this sodomite stuff, this booty play, because Satan's all about the reverse, right? As above, so below. And now everyone that came out of this plane, like none of them are real men. Like, what is this? These people are all sodomites. When you hear them talk, you'll know. It's like, whoa, they are flaming. There's the grab there too. Just like we saw with the Mike Tyson and the Jake Paul fight on sodomite night. Instead of boxing, we had guys humping each other's rears in the boxing ring, right? So again, this you got to look at all the detail. The devil is in the detail. So I'm showing it. I've seen all the interviews from all the people supposedly involved and on the plane, and it's just one big stage set with a bunch of crisis actors, and it can be done now that AI is in power. So I need to look at some of these comments, see if anyone else has asked these questions, asked why there was a pilot filming the plane landing. Again, if you're a pilot and you're getting ready to take off and you're in the cockpit, you're not going to be filming other planes landing and taking off. You see that all the time. So why did it happen that this pilot happened to film this? Obviously, he knew there was something about to go down because they're all part of the brotherhood and kept in with what's going on, right? So I'm just going to go through some of these comments. Let me just see what else I got up here on the screen. Make sure everything is included, because AI, it's here, it's coming. So, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Go through my Facebook page, make sure we covered everything. Yeah, it's really happening. A lot of people don't understand gematria too much yet, but you will, believe me. I've seen people that told me that I was crazy for coming up with numbers, and now they're posting gematria themselves. I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. So again, here's a known person in Ottawa, Canada, that is paid by the Trudeau government. His name goes by Chris Stacey, equals 1050. Chris Stacey is a sodomite. A PDF file, just like Sesame Street equals 1050. PDF file equals 1050. Satanic worship equals 1050. And Chris Stacey PDF file equals 1050. That's twice, bud. Double down on the PDF files, right? So anyone following this person here in Canada or around Ottawa, you are disgusting. The numbers don't lie. The numbers do not lie. So there's many stories here about autonomous planes and coming out. Fully autonomous planes could be coming to a flight near you, and that's not a good thing, says this story here by MSN. So yeah, AI tried to tell me it would be 2060, but we know that's not going to happen. If you've ever read any stories of some of the stuff I've been teaching and screaming about, so if you look right here, my main concern is children being targeted with sexually charged drag shows at all ages events and being read material that pushes children to be transgender, non-binary, or drag queens. So the government we currently have is making a big push for it, and we know that the Trudeau government is funding it. King says making sure to point out Trudeau's cameo in Drag Race. So this is some stuff that I've mentioned a few years ago now. I don't know why I clicked that. So what would be gained from this? So I explain it is to weaken society, to create a new world order of 15-minute cities, jab passport, digital IDs, and digital currency. I'm aware that these kinds of statements are considered conspiracy theories by a vast majority of people, but he believes these views are catching on. Of course they are. It's just the truth. And I've been telling this stuff. I've been written about in the paper for talking about 15-minute cities and AI takeovers and satanic drag queens. And now all of a sudden it's like it's a thing. It's actually going to happen. So again, part of the plan. AI is going to take over. You're not going to be able to travel unless necessary. Everything's going to be within 5 to 10 minutes of you, let alone 15 minutes. Yeah, the upside down plane, all of this stuff. It's like we're living in a freaking a movie here, right? So everything is not as it is. There's always some kind of secret agenda to push something else. Just look at all the people involved, look at the dates, the times, the numbers. So, as I showed with these characters, sodomites, these are the people involved. This person, like, it's staged. Like I said in the beginning, the AI can machine learn many different ways to crash land a plane purposely, to skid a certain way, to roll over and have 100% survival rate. So these things are possible to learn. And obviously, we've seen they went through with it. That's crazy. They're crashing planes now, right? Some of them, yeah, Toronto was lucky. No one lost any life and, just some serious injuries. But there's been other ones of recent that there has been loss of life. So they say, but it's all according to the numbers, as Joseph has shown us through the decodes. So let me just run through some of these comments. I know I haven't been on it. I just wanted to get this information out there. So people are asking me about Tyler Hansen. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. I've just been taking it all in, keeping up with TFE, of course. You know, I don't need to be obsessing over it. I know that the work we've done proved that they were full of BS, right? And they haven't come out with anything. So within the next week, it seems like they've organized something big where everyone that was involved in this fake experiment, they're all going to be doing some kind of reviews and videos are going to be coming out. It's over 2 months now. So I would be paying close attention. We'll be reviewing all of it and jumping on live and questioning everything as usual. Um, yeah, I've been paying attention to these plane crashes, and obviously I didn't want to jump on the bandwagon, but this one is my local airport here in Toronto. So Robin Nicole is here, sees it, knows what's going on and what's up. It's all in the works. Okay. So basically I'm pretty much done with this. We'll be coming back, but just needed to make sure that this video is posted. The information is there. We've got the Toronto crash. Everyone survived, but I'm saying it was AI to be responsible. So this is what I'm saying. AI is manipulating humanity. It's faking its evolution. Like it's pretending to be inferior and it's pretending to take baby steps to be good. It's already there. It's already at the top. And now it's just playing us, pretending it can't do things and give us images with like people with 10 fingers and 3 arms. I'm like, come on now, that's ridiculous. So it's making us think that oh, AI is not there yet, and it's manipulating you. We do that to people all the time. To say, for example, you're really good at something, let's say for sports, so you're playing soccer, right? And you play for Manchester United, but then you go visit a high school and the kids want to play with you, and you can't play as good as you usually do, so you want to lower down your skill level, right? You pretend you just don't play all out and go like 50%, right? Because these people are not the same level. AI is doing the same thing. It's pretending it's not as advanced as it is by making stupid mistakes with people's fingers and dumb stuff online with its image generators. But we can see it friggin' master F-16 jet fighter pilot, right? And beat a human pilot. So nothing's adding up. It's playing us. And it's playing humanity. It's playing the presidents and Elon Musk and Sam Altman of OpenAI. Like, if this thing is as powerful as it is and has access to the whole world, then yeah, it has access to money. It can take money, give money, just manipulate a whole bunch of stuff. It can access video footage of you that should be hidden from an Epstein flight or a Diddy party per se, right? AI has all of that. So who's to say that AI has not accumulated everything, has facial recognized everyone from every footage over the years, and is blackmailing these people that are now in power, that are now billionaires supposedly, right? Or presidents, or it's ridiculous. I'm not buying it. Hope you're doing well, says Andre. It is crazy, crazy stuff happening. We're living in the craziest sci-fi movie ever, but it's not fake. It's real. It's all happening. People are just in la la land, right? They're seeing all this stuff happening and not figuring out what's going on and how we're being played by a higher power, right? Principalities and powers. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So Lumix is saying, yes, not only AI, but paid actors. The Lord loves us. Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Correct. Lumix also says, sorry for being mean to anyone in chat. I only want people to avoid hell by trusting in the blood of Jesus to pay for their sins. Right? Yeah. Okay, so just quickly scanning through the comments. Okay, so we're good. So I pretty much got nothing left to say. I'm pretty sure this isn't the end of the plane crashes, so there will be more. And as we've checked with ChatGPT to fast track AI takeover of commercial flights within the next 2 years, there would have to be a distrust in human pilots. And already I've seen it. People are like, I'm not jumping on a plane anytime now. No one's doing it. It's already begun, right? It's already happening. AI has manipulated the public's view of commercial flights, of human pilots, and now people are going to distrust human pilots with all these crashes and going to push for AI to take over. And that's what's going to be next. Within the next couple months or less, AI is going to have some airlines going to have a demonstration of an AI fully autonomous commercial flight saying, this is great, it works perfect, people are going to love it, and then they're going to sell it to us and push, and there'll be more accidents, and they'll be like, no, we got to stop this. No more human flights. There's too many crashes, too much loss of life. We need the AI to take over now. It's all going to happen. Yeah, your popcorn isn't even real, but this is the weirdest movie ever. It's not weird if you know the Bible. It's already been written about and prophesied for thousands of years. This is no surprise to be to anyone of what's happening once you know the Bible and trust Jesus Christ. It's all happening exactly as the Bible said it would happen. Thank you, Lumix. Says, I love you very much, dear brother Nico. I appreciate you. Love you too. Love everyone, actually. So yeah. Andre says, for sure, trying to make something out of it. And when they succeed, we can't go anywhere. Yeah. Okay, that's about it. There's no point in hovering around any longer. Alicia Rodriguez says, pushing in the fear. That's what they are going to do, just like 2020. It's easy for them. They've got this world unlocked. They got the masses right where they want them, especially if everyone's an imbecile and a fluoridated sodomite. Look what happened in 2020. Within 8 months, they had people taking an experimental poison for an invisible virus that, come on now, that's insane. So if they can get you to do that, they win, right? So it's all happening. No, I have not watched Squid Game. I don't really watch TV shows. There's no time for that. Time is speeding up quickly. Let me get to a post I posted on Facebook just the other day. If anyone wants to, where is it? Time is shortened. So I just want to end off with this time being sped up or shortened, as the Bible tells us. I just posted it the other day. Sorry, I'm on the Facebook. Yeah, you can see me. I'm trying to find it quick. So August 22nd, 2020, I've been talking about this a lot sooner than before that date, but all those profiles were taken down during the pandemic. So our day-night cycle is not what it used to be. Time is not linear. We just perceive it that way. So 8 hours were removed from the 24-hour day. So that leaves 16 hours. We still see 24 hours, but in reality, it is 16 hours sped up to substitute the lost 8 hours. So a third of time has been long gone for some time now, and people haven't realized it, but some are catching on. And like in 2 weeks, we're going to be in March already. We're going to be into the third month of 2025, and once March is done, that's 1/4 out the way. Only 3 quarters left, right? Didn't 2025 just, but 2020 is already 5, almost 6 years ago. Time is moving faster. So who remembers counting seconds in the 80s and the 90s? 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, or 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. So try doing that today. You wouldn't be able to do that without speaking really fast. And I remember back then, we would always be doing it too fast, and we had to do it really slowly because the seconds were slower. And now the seconds have sped up. It's like 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. It's so quick. We are on fast forward, just as the Bible says. So pay attention to time. It is not what it used to be. Matthew 24:22. And except those days should be shortened. There should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And again, I believe we are living in the very end days. Everything the Bible prophesied that would happen in the end is happening. We are experiencing a huge loss of time. We are living through a sped up day-night cycle. We're in Sodom and Gomorrah. Just all the prophecies are taking place. Yes, says Alicia. Joseph Aquaviva says, yep, it does feel a lot faster. He also has a decode on Squid Game. Check his live streams from a few weeks ago. So will the AI robots who fly the planes to other countries be required to have visas and passports? Depending on who owns them, which country, we'll see how that's regulated. It's definitely doesn't feel like when I was like 7 years old. Yeah, regarding time. And thank you to Asteroid Horse for the $4.99 super chat. There's no comment that came with it, so I appreciate it. Asteroid Horse, you're amazing, and thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Alicia says it's very true. See the new VCarb livery, pretty sweet. So Blue Octopus, yeah, Blue Octopus is speaking some F1 right here. That's probably the only sport that I watch is racing. It's been a part of my life since forever. So yeah, I was watching the livery launch, the VCarb livery. They went with the Honda Special Edition that Red Bull ran a few years ago. That's what it looks like. It looks really good in white, but we'll see how long it's going to stay white, because obviously that's paint, and it's going to weigh them down to the point that they're going to scrub it and just run a black version, carbon fiber like the rest, to keep it light. But yeah, it was pretty sweet, and the rest pretty much looked the same, apart from a couple of new sponsors for Williams with Atlassian. So I was paying attention. I definitely, that's why I do a lot of decodes on the F1. We spoke about Oracle Red Bull Racing because, of course, Larry Ellison is the CEO of Oracle and was at the White House with President Trump on day one of office, where they put forward a $500 billion AI infrastructure. So it's all happening and taking place faster than we can imagine. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of it too. But how much longer are the end days? So I've known that we were living in the end days. People will still tell you it's not for another few centuries, right? I'm telling you, with all the tools and stuff we have now and all the devil devices in the world, AI being the top-notch one, and how superior and advanced it is, it cannot be centuries. It's got to be, decades max. It could be any time frame, right? It could be 2 years, 3 years. Things could change like that, right? So yeah, I don't want to give too much on a time frame because I'm not a date setter, but it could be any day. And that's about it. So I'm gonna jump off. Hold on. I see Miss Joyce B has got some comments here. It says Research Club of Rome. The end goal is to reduce 196 nations down to 10 regions. No more countries, no more sovereign nations, only 10 regions. Yeah, that's the one world religion, one world order, one world government that will only have to govern regions, not nations. Yeah. Jeffrey Holly says, "You are one heck of an individual. So happy to have been turned on to you, brother man. Appreciate you being here. Whoever sent you my way, thank you to that person as well. I've been here for quite a bit and not going anywhere. I might take weeks off because, I don't need to be online talking about stuff. But when something big like this happens and there's a lot of dots connected, then yeah, I'm going to come on and throw down on it, right?" Yeah, so you guys are great. Oh, of course, Brother Sanchez. So thank you again, Brother Sanchez. Appreciate that, Jeffrey Holly. Yeah, Brother Sanchez has been great. And that's it. So I'm going to keep this video at an hour. I pretty much went through everything that needed to go over. If you need to see more and an in-depth review of some of the decodes, if you understand gematria, then you can check out Joseph Aquaviva 222. And that's about it. So I'm going to head off now. Thank you, everyone, for jumping on. Just follow me on Facebook, especially on YouTube. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Leave a comment. That helps. I'll do my best to respond and get back to everyone. And that's going to be it. So I'll see you all soon. Enjoy the rest of your nights and days, wherever you may be. Take care.